All right, here we go. Looking at exercise 3.01, just trying to give an explanation of like what is the code doing. So this is the template that gets introduced in 3.01 gets used in a lot of these future exercises. So I want to spend a minute going through in detail kind of what is it doing. All right, and just in general, what this thing is asking us for says it has a base that's going to ask the user for strings and adds them to a list. The program stops reading when the user enters an empty string, and then our goal is to print. Oh, right now the program prints the first element in the string. Your assignment is to modify it so that instead of the first value, we're going to have the third value get printed. Okay. And remember that program check counting from 0. So, okay, let's just take a look at kind of what this is doing. I want to spend a minute explaining what is going on here. I don't know why this one says list A. It should say list. The name of our array list is up here. All right, so let's take a look at this. What is happening here? We have some imports going on up top. And then in here, we're going to create a scanner. This is creating an array list. We are declaring an array list. The name of that list is called list. The name of that array list is called list. It's going to store strings in there. So we know that because it's inside these little diamonds it's saying string. And then there's just some other stuff on the other side we don't need to worry about. Just need to copy and paste that part. But critical stuff is right up here. What's getting stored? What's the name of the array list? All right, so now when we get into this while true loop, we're going to be in a constant loop in here. We're constantly taking an input from the user using our scanner, storing it in a string called input, and we're going to check to see every time we take an input, we want to check to see if it's empty. So if someone just hit like enter, if they did, we're going to break. If not, if they actually put something in there, then we're going to add it to the list. This is going to get repeated forever and ever and ever until someone doesn't enter something, at which point the code will break, and it will do this. This right now is set up to do system out print. Go into the list and get me index 0, position 0. It's going to be the first item in the list. Let's just run this through in debug mode, slow mode version, and let's just see what's going to happen here. Let's try and zoom in a little bit maybe, because I really want to see what's happening up in the top left here. All right, so we got a debug up here. Great, so we should be entering a value. I'm going to enter in like 6. All right, and now we can see, now we're in slow mode version, we can see that the array list has a size of 0. See if maybe I can pull it back a little bit there. All right, so we can see we have an array list. The name of the array list is list. We can see that over here in our code. It has a size of 0 because we just created up here, but we haven't actually added anything to it yet. We're just about to. Our first input was the number 6, but it's just the text 6. So we'll say next, and now we can see on our array list, we have some items on there. The first item that we have is a 6. Let's go in and add something else. We're going to add in, I got to see my, I think I look at my terminal. I'm going to say hi. We can see in our array list, that's the input is hi. We run through this. We're going to add that to our array list, and now we have 2 items on the array list. We're going to continue this. I might do this 1 or 2 more times. Let's say bye. Again, it's not empty. So we're going to hop down to here. We're going to add the input, which is by, to our array list. So array list right now just has 2 items. After we run this, we're going to have a third one on there. Great. Let's do this one more time. We'll run through this. And we're going to say CS1. Okay, we're going to run through. We're added to our array list. We now have we have 4 items on the array list. We can see it has a size of 4. Notice that the indexing starts at 0, 1, 2, 3. If we want to get the third item off of this list, we're going to have to access the thing at location 2, because that's the third item. So let's run through this. And we can just hit, we're going to enter in something to break this. So I'm going to hit enter. So our scanner had an input of 0, had an input of nothing. We're going to break this. And then right now, when we print this out, it's going to system out print. It's going to go into our list, and it's going to get the thing stored at position 0, which is 6. So when we run this, we should see it's going to print out 6. The entire goal of this, so we're going to see this again and again, this kind of setup here where we're creating an empty array list, taking an input, adding stuff to the array list until we stop for some reason. And then you're going to have to do some stuff like this down here. Let's see. Okay, so this assignment, all it's asking you to do is just to modify it. Right now it's getting the first value. It's getting index 0. How can we modify this so it's going to get the third item? I think I kind of gave it away earlier in the video, but that's what it is. So there we go. Hopefully that'll help you solve this one.